Hello, my name is Dek Xuan. I am the Director, Principal Consultant and Trainer with Security 4.0 Private Limited. Today, I will be sharing with you about the Certified Red Teaming Officer Certification Program. Some of you might have heard about the CRTO. We have been running the CRTO certification program since November 2025. Now, to understand about the CRTO, let me first share with you what is SAFE requirements. SAFE stands for Security Agency Competency Evaluation. SAFE requirements is for security agencies operating in Singapore. SA, in short, which supplies security officers to various buildings, shopping malls, government buildings. These are mainly unarmed security officers. So in Singapore, to supply licensed security officers, it need to be supplied by licensed security agencies, and these licensed security agencies need to fulfill a SAFE requirements by the authority, by the Singapore Police Force, specifically the Police Regulatory Department. So what you are seeing here on the screen is the core competency, one of the core competency which I have extracted from the SAFE requirements, and this can be extracted from the police website. At the bottom there, the source, the police.gov.sg. I have accessed this on the 25th of June 2026. For the latest copy of the SAFE core competencies, please refer to the police website. Now, on this page here, now what you're seeing is the C5 conduct of red teaming exercise, which is actually relevant to our CRTO, which I am talking about. So what is red teaming? As explained here on the page, red teaming exercises are intrusion exercises with an element of surprise to assess the security officer's vigilance and preparedness in responding to a red teamer with a planned mission. What it means is the red teamer, which is a simulated adversary, will try to gain unauthorized access into a building. Now, he can do so by tailgating or by using fake documents. If the security officers fail to detect and deny this red teamer, basically the security manager feels, the security officer feels in his responsibility. What's next is to identify areas for improvement. How can this be improved? The concept of red teaming is not about fault finding, but it focuses on improving the security measures. Besides intrusion exercise, red teaming also includes various types of exercises like the suspicious object and suspicious person, where the red teamer will place suspicious object or behave suspiciously or loiter around an area to assess whether the security officers is able to detect and respond correctly. Now, the documentation assessment, as you can see below here, for the security agencies, they need to have at least one staff who has attended the red teaming course conducted by accredited training provider. Refer to the PRD's website for the list of training providers. In the following slides, I will show you which are the accredited training providers as of 25th of June 2026. Now, for the requirements, the security agencies need to submit a certificate, okay, after they attend the course, and also to provide evidence that this particular person is an employee, a staff of the security agencies. So they need to show proof like a letter of employment. Now, besides this person, okay, let's also talk about the person who carry out the red teaming exercise. Okay, that means the actual ground exercise. Okay, this can be the same person which I just mentioned, or it could be a different person from the company. So this person who carry out the red teaming exercise must also be trained and have attended the accredited training. Okay, and this person can also be an outsourced person, let's say from a security consultant. So he need to be similarly be trained and certified, and they must be able to plan and carry out a training exercise, which is the red teaming exercise. Need to be able to conduct an AAR, which is actually a debriefing at the end of the exercise, and to document the lessons learned and corrective measures in the exercise report. Now, each SA must conduct at least three exercises every year. Now, these three exercises basically comprise of the access control exercise, which is what I've explained earlier on, the unauthorized access. Then they also need to conduct the suspicious object exercise and the suspicious identification, which is the suspicious person exercise. After they complete the exercise, they must pull out the report. They can use the template provided by the training provider, okay, or they can use a simplified version as long as they include the required components as listed on this sales requirements page here. I did not list it here on this slide, so if you are interested, you can refer to the police website for what are the components to be included. Now, next, let's look at the list of the accredited rate limit courses. Now, if you are not gone for training, these are the courses you can attend. Firstly is the Temasek Polytechnic Security Industry Institute. There are two courses. First is the rate limit essential, is a 2-day course. After you pass the RTE course, you can then progress on to the Certified Rate Limit Officer course, CRTO, which is similarly a two-day course. So you will receive a total of 2 certificates, okay, which you can submit to the authority. Next, for trained personnel, meaning if you have already gone for some trainings, these are the trainings that is also recognized by the PRD. Now there are this number 3 and number 4, fundamentals of rate teaming, 2-day course, rate teaming exercise manager, also a 2-day course. These 2 courses are also conducted by Temasek Polytechnic in collaboration with POWEL. POWEL stands for Police Welfare. So if you have employees who have attended these courses, their certificates are also recognized. Now, these 2 courses have been conducted since around 2020 to last year, 2025. So has been around for at least 4 to 5 years. So there are people out there who hold these certificates. As of this point in time, as I explained this in June 2026, these 2 courses are temporarily on hold. Okay, so if you're looking for attending new courses, then you have to attend the earlier 2 courses I mentioned, the RT and CRTO. Okay, so these 2 courses that I'm sharing with you now is not being run. Next is the introduction to rate teaming and how to conduct rate teaming exercise. These 2 courses have been conducted since 2019 and it has been retired towards the end of 2025, meaning these 2 courses are also not available currently. But if you hold the certificates for these 2 courses is also been recognized and you are exempted from attending the RTE. That's why I mentioned the RTE, so you are exempted from that. Basically, RTE is to replace these 2 certificates. But having these 2 certificates is insufficient. You will still need to attend the CRTO. Okay, so if you have number 5, number 6 here, what you need to do next is to sign up for the CRTO and you will be recognized. Okay, you will qualify. Okay. Now, lastly, there's a rate teaming officer course which is conducted by the Center for Protective Security. They are a department under the Singapore Police Force. However, this RTOC is mainly applicable for personnel in the home team agencies. So if you are working in security agencies, you will not be able to register and attend the RTOC course. It's a 5-day course. Your option is basically to attend the first one, number 1 and number 2, the RT and the CRTO. Okay. Now, let me give you a bit more details about the RT. It's a 2-day course. It's an in-person course held at the Security Industry Institute at Temasek Polytechnic. You can go to the Temasek Poly website to find more details and for registration. Now, the learning outcome, we will cover the fundamentals of rate teaming, including the planning, execution, evaluation of exercise. You will need to understand organizational and regulatory requirements. For the regulatory requirements, we will focus mainly on the sales requirements. You need to be able to write the exercise order and reports. And we also cover some smart technologies, including like the AI, Gen AI specifically, to use it to help you to prepare the exercise order and exercise report. Now, these are the certification requirements. You need to attain at least a 75% course attendance, achieve a passing score of 70%, meaning 7 out of the 10 MCQ questions, and pass the written assignment. The written assignment is to prepare the exercise order and report. Okay, this is to be done individually. Okay. Okay, so let's move on to the CRTO. CRTO is also a 2-day course held in person at the Security Industry Institute, Temasek Polytechnic. The focus of a CRTO is the practical part of it. We will be learning outcome. You'll be doing this. Okay, you need to perform a safety risk assessment and do an actual execution of red teaming exercise at a live site. We have coordinated for a live site where there are security officers deployed there. So this is a covert exercise, meaning the security officers are not aware of us conducting the exercise. So this is very real kind of simulated attack. So the participants will have the experience of carrying out a real life red teaming exercise. Okay, besides conducting the exercise, carrying out the attack, the participants will also carry out a debriefing for the participants, for the security officers that's involved. Certification requirements, so similarly, there's the attendance requirements of 75%. There's also an MCQ, need to score 70%, 7 out of 10 questions, demonstrate competency when carrying out the planning and execution of the exercise. This is an example of how it looks like when you attend the course. You from the top right hand corner there, okay, going clockwise, on the top right hand corner there, you can see this is a classroom training. There will be discussion, okay, there will be peer learning, there will be presentations. Okay, moving down clockwise, you will see a security officer. So this is actual security officer been tested. The security officer actually responded to a suspicious object, okay, which is planted by the red teamer. He's cordoning off the area. So the red teaming exercise manager need to assess all this and determine when to cut off the exercise. Okay. And next, you see a team of the learners, which are the red teamers. They are doing their briefing prior to the start of the exercise. So we will go into this detail, how to do the actual planning, briefing, execution, debriefing. Then the next picture on the bottom left corner, you can see is actually two red teamer dressed up as a delivery person carrying a bag, okay, trying to simulate that they are delivery men and trying to gain unauthorized access into a particular building. And on the top left hand corner, you can see two red teamers actually was loitering in the area and they were actually approached by the staff there. So these are all very real activities that we carry out outdoor. The learning value is definitely more than in the classroom context. Okay, so as of June 2026, we have already completed 8 successful course runs. You can see here, these are some of the participants who have graduated from our program. Some feedback and testimonials have attracted some of these informations from the Skills Future website. Okay, so this is for the red teaming essentials. And this is for the certified red teaming officer course. We have received positive feedback from the participants, and this is also one of the testimonial by one of the participants. Basically, what the participants have shared with us, they find that the practical learning session is really very useful. The RTE, although RTE set the foundation for it, but the CRTO really give you a guided learning experience where they do real life executions. Now, all this learning experience, they can then bring it back to their companies. Okay, they can really apply it because they are really required to carry out their own. Okay, so having these practical sessions will help them better understand how to carry out the exercise. Okay, now these are the upcoming red teaming courses. Of course, now you're watching this in June. You still have the opportunity to sign up for the second half of the courses we have lined up. We have at least one course run, almost at least one course run in the next few months. Okay, seats are limited. Okay, you may want to plan when you are able to attend the courses. Of course, currently we are prioritizing the security agencies. When I say prioritizing means if you are not from the security agency, actually you also can sign up for this course, although it's not mandatory. For security agencies, they have to meet the regulatory requirements. But if you are not from the security agencies, or if you are just an individual, a security professional, or maybe you are in-house security, you are not required, you are not required to attend this course. Okay, but it is a professional development program. You can attend this course and then get yourself certified. Okay, so you can check out the course schedule from Temasek Polytechnic website, okay, for the latest updates. This is as of now, June 2026, the course schedule. Okay. Now, what I've explained to you so far, you can actually also refer to my LinkedIn article. I've written an article to explain about these rate teaming requirements. You can either scan the QR code here, or you can tap this short link. You will go to my LinkedIn article to understand more about the rate teaming requirements. Okay. So with that, I thank you for your time to listen to my explanation and sharing about CRTO.